Well, I'm back, and just wanted to show what some of the problems are with this thing. I mean, look at how bad that it's scratching up the lever. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick this up, but I mean, just in here, it's just so roughly finished. Like I said, I had done some preliminary polishing on the lever through here where it makes contact with the carrier, down here where it contacts its pivot point, up here where it comes back through and locks up, and I did a little bit of the carrier. I didn't get too far on the carrier, and I did the bolt, and it's pretty much all gone now because the receiver was so roughly finished on the inside. No big deal. It was just a preliminary thing. At least now I know what I'm up against. And I was having this problem where I go to cycle and bring it back closed, and it was locking up on me. And what I found was the carrier has a little part in it that looks like an extractor, and when you lever all the way forward, it comes and clips behind that piece. Is called a carrier rocker, and when you start to pull the lever closed, it brings the carrier up and loads the next round into the chamber, and then it falls off the rocker. Off the rocker. Anyway, it falls off the rocker, and the carrier drops back down to the bottom of the receiver. And it was getting hung up on that. So I have options at this point. I can try to reprofile the rocker. I can send it back to Marlin, but they couldn't get it right the first time, so why would I send it back to Marlin? So I chose to reprofile the lever and just contour. It has like a relieved edge right here, and I just decided to just relieve it a little bit more. The risk was relieving it too much and not being able to push that carrier back up and get that round in position to go into the chamber as the bolt closes. So that was the risk involved with doing that. I took a little bit off at a time, put it together, tested it out. I kept doing that until I was satisfied, and then I put some dummy rounds in it, and it cycled those fine, and here we are today. Just a little update of all this, what's going on. Another thing that I'm in the process of doing is reprofiling the hammer. When it comes from the factory, which is not a big deal, this is just my own thing, I would highly recommend not doing it unless you have some advanced skill. But the bolt comes back. As the bolt comes back, I probably can't see that. Anyway, as the bolt comes back, it clicks past the sear, extracts the round, everything happens inside the carrier, all that, start coming back up. And this has to go back over the top of the hammer. And what was happening was this hammer, I feel, isn't contoured correctly to allow this bolt to come back over the top of it in a smooth fashion. So I am recontouring it so that it comes back over the top of the hammer with a little bit more ease, because it was harder to close the bolt than it was to open it. So I might be just a little bit obsessed at this point, but that's where I'm at. I have quite a bit of honing to do, quite a bit of polishing. I would say it is 100% better at this point from just reprofiling the lever and polishing this portion of the carrier. But I'm greedy. I gotta have more. So next thing I'm gonna do is blue it all. Well, not blue it. I'm gonna blacken all the where I think there's wear spots, where metal touches metal, with a marker. And I'm going to see where the worst culprits are. I'm going to polish that until I can see my pretty little face in it. And then I'm going to do a trigger job. So that's where we're at today. I hope it was informative. Please just be safe when you do this stuff, please.